Alright, we need to settle this debate once and for all. Today, we're clearing Mario's name. Years ago, game theory calculated the size of Mario's, let's call it his cannoli, and concluded that it measured a very modest 2.5 inches, or about 6.3 centimeters. I'm here to present the evidence that that is completely, scientifically, and unnecessarily wrong. First things first, let's begin with their source. MatPat's calculations rely on Casey Mario, a Japanese Mario comic series that ran from December 1988 until September 1998. The series ended after Kodansha lost their Mario license. We don't know the exact reason why, but situations like this one usually come down to contracts expiring, licensing negotiations, or corporate decisions. The important part of this, Casey Mario is not part of Nintendo's official Mario canon, so if our goal is to measure the real Mario, we're going to need a better source. Luckily, Nintendo already gave us one. Back when Mario Tennis Aces was being promoted, the internet completely lost its mind over Luigi's promotional artwork. You probably already know the image I'm talking about, the one that MatPat based his very theory on, and poor Luigi never recovered. But while everyone was looking at Luigi, Nintendo also gave us plenty of detailed renders of Mario, so now we're cooking. Mario's official height has always consistently been listed as 155 centimeters. Using that, we can create a ruler for every image or screenshot. We just have to choose a body part to base it on. I chose his nose for this video. After taking some measurements, his nose comes out to just over 12% of his total height. That puts his nose at approximately 18.67 centimeters long. Congratulations, we've officially reached the point in the video where measuring Mario's nose is the most normal part. Using this screenshot, we get a surprisingly clear look at both the base of Mario's package and the shadow showing where it ends. Thanks to gravity doing what gravity does, we can safely assume that we're seeing the full length rather than everything being all bunched up inside his shorts. Now it's time for everyone's favorite activity, to go in with a ruler and take some pixel measurements. After carefully measuring the image, Mario's package comes out to roughly 67% of the length of his nose. Multiply that by our nose measurement, and we arrive at approximately 12.5 centimeters. But we're not finished. Just like game theory did, we have to account for the mons pubis, the layer of tissue that sits in the front of the pubic bone. Since we're measuring through clothing, we also need to compensate for the thickness of his shorts. The average male mons pubis adds about half an inch or 1.27 centimeters. Then we subtract roughly 3 millimeters to count for the fabric. And after all that incredibly important scientific work, ladies and gentlemen, drumroll please, Mario measures at approximately 13.47 centimeters, or 5.3 inches. That is more than double game theory's original estimate, and perhaps, more importantly, it leaves Mario a full inch ahead of his brother. Justice for Mario has finally been served.